This was how toilet looked like in a medieval castle. Passenger trains in the United States versus Europe. The Christmas trees in Kyiv. Jonah Hill accepted the lowest wages possible, $60,000 for 7 months, to work with Martin Scorsese in The Wolf of Wall Street. It was a dream come true to work with Scorsese. I don't care about money. Breaking news. Berlin Aquadome has shattered. The Aquadome in Berlin contained about 1,500 tropical fish and over 1 million liters of water. 88-year-old French man evacuated a whole hospital because he had a World War I shell stuck in his nose. Tribal rep George Gillette crying as 154,000 acres of land is signed away for a new dam in North Dakota in 1948. Soldiers paying tribute to the 8 million horses, donkeys, and mules that lost their lives during World War I, 1918. Amir Tatalou, Iranian singer's transformation in 6 years. NASA satellite imagery of Lake Mead in 2000 compared to 2022. A Klansman being protected by a police officer from a group surrounded his Klan rally, Austin, Texas, 1983. Satanic temple installs holiday display in Illinois Capitol next to nativity scene, menorah. Horses on a plane. In 1996 in a zoo, an 8-year-old boy fell into gorilla enclosure. Due to the 5 meters fall, the boy broke his hand and fell unconscious. One of the gorillas, Binti Jua, helped the boy and handed the child over peacefully. Binti is still alive today and recently became a grandmother. Sign that was hung on a wounded Navy SEAL's hospital room door. Attention. To all who enter here. If you are coming into this room with sorrow or to feel sorry for my wounds, go elsewhere. The wounds I received, I got in a job I love, doing it for people I love, supporting the freedom of a country I deeply love. I'm incredibly tough and will make a full recovery. What is full? That is the absolute utmost physically my body has the ability to recover. Then I will push that about 20% further through sheer mental tenacity. This room you are about to enter is a room of fun, optimism, and intense rapid regrowth. If you are not prepared for that, go elsewhere. From the management. NIS Secretary of Evil Ingrid Ferkner, 97, convicted for more than 10,000 murder. Sentenced to a 2-year suspended sentence. Kendrick Castillo, who died stopping a school shooter, was not forgotten by his classmates. What a legend. I live in Montana, and this Thursday, when I go in for work, it will be minus 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind chill, minus 48. Sounds like Bernie wrote it. This meme is not a mistake. Below was indeed the 1956 Republican platform. Federal assistance to low-income communities. Extension of Social Security. Asylum for thousands of refugees, ex-police and displaced person. Extending minimum wage protection to as many more workers as is possible and practicable. Improving the unemployment benefit system. Protection of the right of workers to organize into unions and to bargain collectively. Assure equal pay for equal work regardless of sex. This Taiwanese designer, Yi Fei Chen, is showing off a tear gun that collects and freezes actual tears to shoot them back at the person who made her cry. 2022 Mr. Olympia Hadi Choopan dedicated his gold medal to the women of Iran. After being scolded by a woman who felt that his shoes were too expensive for kids, Shaq forwent a $40 million deal with Reebok and signed one with Walmart. He then brought in designers from Reebok so that his Walmart shoes would look costlier than the $20 price. Over 400 million pairs were sold. This coffee is served with a cloud of cotton candy. The coffee vaporizes to dissolve the cotton candy and the cloud begins to rain with sugar over the coffee. Coffee mellow in Singapore. The moment when legendary Telemundo soccer announcer and race cantorialized his home country Argentina won the World Cup. Argentina campeon. All the battles ever fought on Earth was mapped by a Dutch company called NodeGoat. It's not exhaustive though, and edits are still being done. Any interesting patterns? How big the Great Pyramid of Giza really is. In 2014, a national sample of 2,066 Americans were asked to locate Ukraine by clicking on a high-resolution map. The further our respondents thought that Ukraine was from its actual location, the more they wanted the US to intervene militarily. To put it into perspective, this is all of Lionel Messi's achievements in his career after his World Cup win. I'm sorry, what? Teen discovers anonymous cyberbully who garrised her for a year was her mother. 30 years after Grave of the Fireflies was released, fans discovered something about the poster. When you turn brightness all the way up, you'll see a B-29 bombing plane in the sky. What was thought as miracle lights of fireflies were really a rain of explosives. Another tear. High school teacher John Scopes is brought to trial in Dayton, Tennessee for teaching the theory of evolution, which was prohibited under state law. July 10, 1925. Picture I took of the entire ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Shark culling law poster. Petition to change shark killing laws. Humans kill 11,400 sharks per hour. Sharks kill 12 humans per year. Monsters. Totally real man. Hadi Choopan is the new 2022 Mr. Olympia champion. An impressive journey ends in a massive victory for Hadi Choopan, the 2022 Mr. Olympia champion. This Aurea jiggles if you shake your phone. At 25,000 years old, this is quite possibly the oldest architecture on Earth. Mammoth Tuscan bone hut. My, how things have changed. If a political party does not have its foundation in the determination to advance a cause that is right and that is moral, then it is not a political party, it is merely a conspiracy to seize power. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Speech, March 6, 1956. Reindeer are real, and they eat them in Sweden. Special Swedish roasted reindeer with game sauce. An AI was tasked with making Dragon Ball characters come to reality, and the results are interesting. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited Bakhmut, the city where the fiercest battles are taking place. The density of Tokyo, the world's largest city. 2,100 pounds per month for this Airbnb in central London. Scientists believe that the function of zebra stripes are to deter insects, so a team of researchers painted black and white stripes on cows. They found that it reduced the number of biting flies landing on the cows by more than 50%. Angiogram showing damaged or decreased vascular tissue in the index finger of a yo-yo master. How much public space we have surrendered to cars. Illustrated by Swedish artist Carol Jog. Homicide rate by firearms by country. Basically an F to evolution. Sharks, crocs, platypus are honorable mentions. Present day, 480 million year old fossil. Horseshoe crabs. My brother collects soda cans. This is his bedroom wall. taken in 1964 by MIT professor Harold Doc Edgerton. This picture shows a .30 caliber bullet going through an apple. Men from the Afar tribe of Eritrea and Ethiopia apply goat butter to their hair to maintain their curls. A tweet from 7 years ago, December 18, 2022. 34-year-old Leo Messi will win the World Cup and become the greatest player of all times. Check back with me in 7 years. This is a bank vault door from 108 years ago. Comparison of size of prehistoric and current animals. Scenic village where roofs and yards become one. This dog was born with an extra mini tail on his forehead. A very unorthodox Christmas tree. Inuit man warms his wife's feet. Greenland, 1890. Marilyn Monroe approximately 4 months pregnant in 1960. Here is a storm track map of all recorded Category 5 hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean from 1851 to 2019. Red indicates where a given storm obtained Category 5 strength. Inside a PC store that was abandoned 20 years ago. E. Martin is receiving the FIFA 2022 Golden Glove Award. In honor of the late Neil Peart, here is an overhead shot of his monster drum set. 1 in a million moment when lightning strikes a tree captured in unprecedented detail. The Indian gaur, the tallest and largest extant bovine species in the world. A fully grown male can weigh between 1,000 to 1,500 kilograms and grow to almost 7 foot tall. The cosmonaut who was stuck in space for 311 days, 1991. This girl owns one of the biggest dogs in the world. A wolf was collared by the NR in Michigan in summer 2021 until legally hunted in Manitoba a few weeks ago. The route shows how it could be best to think of wolf populations as one large connected population with dispersing wolves moving between states/provinces all the time. Wolf killed. Our study area. Wolf collared. My attempt to recreate a nebula into a pendant. This was spotted in the Philippines. Is it a UFO? Wow, imagine explaining that to your boss. Yes. On September 21, 1956, test pilot Tom Attridge flying an F-11F Tiger fired a test shot from the fighter's 420mm cannons. He then went into a shallow dive and accelerated past Mach 1. A few seconds later his canopy was broken and his engine shuttered. He could only get about 78% power. 2 miles from touchdown his engine gave out completely and he was forced to eject. Attridge had fired the burst of 20mm cannon shells and without realizing it had overtaken the rounds he'd fired and flew into them there by becoming the only pilot on record to have shot himself down. Lionel Messi broke another record. Lionel Messi's recent Instagram post has crossed the most liked post on Instagram. Before this, the image of an egg was the most liked post on Instagram. Declassified CIA documents talking about the change in Soviet leadership after Stalin's death said Stalin wasn't actually a dictator. A white leopard tortoise. The gates of hell in Turkmenistan is a 230 feet wide hole that's been burning since 1971 after a Soviet drilling accident. 2 perfect circles. Size of a husky versus size of a wolf. There is a cat with heterochromia and a flat line between a black cat and an orange tabby. Her name is Venus. Absolute unit of a stick insect. 8 foot 11.1 inch tall Robert Wadlow, 5 months before he passed away. Vintage pictures of Snow King chairlifts without any safety bars that look very unsafe. 1950 to 1970. Disabled Canadian Army veteran Paralympian blasts government for offering to euthanize her when she complained about how long it was taking to install stairlift at her home. Christine Gauthier testified in Canadian Parliament on Thursday. Gauthier, a paraplegic veteran, sought help getting a wheelchair lift at home. Each picture is made of as many pixels as that of the endangered species population designed by Yoshiyuki Mikami. Mikhail Odarnov, defender of Azovstal, has undergone a successful arm surgery in the United States. Hydrosaurus, also known as the sailfin dragon, it is found in the rainforests of the Philippines. Red creeping thyme, requires no mowing, limoni scent, repels mosquitoes. Today a German court convicted a 97-year-old woman of being an accessory to murder for her role as a secretary to the SS commander of the Stutthof concentration camp during World War II. Her closing statement, she was sorry for what had happened and regretted that she had been at Stutthof. I live in Denver and this Thursday, when I go into work it will be -55 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind chill watch remains in effect from Wednesday evening through Friday morning. What dangerously cold wind chills possible, as low as 55 below zero. Where, all of northeast and north central Colorado below 6,000 feet, including the Denver metro area. When, from Wednesday evening through Friday morning, impacts, the dangerously cold wind chills could cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 5 minutes. A rare mutation, an all-red northern cardinal. Here is an origami rooster that I made from one uncut 100 cm square of paper that has a different color on each side, over a 2-month period. Today, the Bank of England unveiled designs for new banknotes featuring King Charles III. Saudi Arabia has revealed plans for the North Polar supercity that will feature a 2 kilometers high skyscraper as its centerpiece. Black hole star, the star that shouldn't exist. Inflated animal skins were used as boats to cross the Himalayan River, 1903. This newspaper clipping. Twin tragedy. Erskine Laren Sebin was knocked down by a taxi and killed in Hamilton, Bermuda, and it was the same taxi with the same driver, carrying the same passenger, that killed his brother Neville in July last year. And both brothers were riding the same moped and died, aged 70, on the same street, police said. This ancient chessboard was excavated from Lothal, Gujarat, India. It dates back to circa 2400 BC. A satellite view of La Plata, a diagonally planned city in Argentina. An Iranian terrorist housing complex. A Singaporean hotel overflowing with greenery. This rare mutation called polychoria is when there is more than one pupil in an eye. Instantaneous cure. Cock-Wayne toothache drops, USA, 1885. Crocodile eating fish eating another fish. Behind the scenes for the Avatar movie. Grabbed an old rotten 2x6 to use as a chalk. It busted open and this gem was right in the middle. I was doing a little research on posts with Turnian Awards. Found this. I found a few funny memories during lockdown. This is from my first tour in '89. Backstage in Vegas. This little cutie is the little brother of elephants and sea cows. Peacock spiders are only around 2.5 to 5 millimeters in length and part of their making ritual includes dancing back and forth in addition to fanning out their colorful bodies. Finally, a can pull tab for people with normal dingers. Ancient Greek sculpture of aged lapdog with stone inlaid collar sitting on bedding. Color spectrum and ray of light. changing direction on a San Francisco cable car in 1947. Ironically, Nemo, also known as the clownfish, has been captured more since the movie came out. Iraqi Most Wanted deck of playing cards. These playing cards were given to US soldiers during the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Each card contains the wanted person's address and, if available, the job performed by that individual. Skeleton of homing pigeon found in chimney. Charles Schulz's last Peanuts comic, unfinished, from 2000. Cloud coffee in Kyoto. I don't think that would fit. A hire woman accused of trying to steal a Christmas tree by hiding it in her veg. A Walmart store in Cincinnati faced the strangest shoplifting attempt in history yesterday. A would-be thief lost consciousness while trying to insert a 7-foot-tall plastic Christmas tree in her vaginal cavity. FDIC. Crypto and credit unions not covered. Accounts insured up to $500,000. American share insurance. Excess share insurance. Your deposit accounts in this credit union are each insured up to $500,000 through a combination of $250,000 of primary deposit insurance from American Share Insurance and $250,000 of additional insurance provided by Excess Share Insurance Corporation. This institution is not federally insured. Half American prince versus half English king who dated. On the Adidas Al-Hilm unveiled for the knockout stages, the Arabic word is written and it closely resembles Leo. Coincidentally, Leo Messi wins the World Cup a week later. Means together in Arabic.